safe space.
You'll be taken care of and someone cares.
Turning out leaders, that's what we do here.
Making a community even stronger.
Helping kids make productive choices.
They're there for you.
It's okay to go through whatever you want through and still achieve your goals.
No judgment happens here.
Wellness is really open for everyone.
Wellness makes you value yourself as a student a lot more.
People need to talk to someone once in a while.
A safe haven.
It's like an oasis.
That students have a safe place to go to.
Wellness helps everybody. It makes everyone just feel a little bit better and a little bit safer.
You build friendships that you never knew you would build.
And it really changes how you feel about school.
I think that's one thing San Francisco is very lucky to have.
What life do you want?
What kind of adult you want to become?
It becomes like a family.
I love the students here. That's the bottom line.
Thank you, Wellness Center.
We want students to learn, and a healthy student is going to learn and absorb material better than a student who's not healthy.
I can tell you case after case of students that I meet with, and they're struggling.
When people are struggling so deeply on a daily basis, that is going to impact their success and their ability to develop in themselves and in their communities.
Whether it be gunshots, violence, drug use, prostitution. There's things that you see in those neighborhoods that you would never even imagine existed in San Francisco.
It can be things related to stress. Why is sleep important? Why does it matter what I put in my body? Issues around reproductive health, puberty, drug use, substance use,
academic stress issues, social peer issues.
The mild headache to suicidal ideation or dealing with their bipolar diagnosis.
It's very hard to come to school when you're hungry and knowing that there's nothing for you to eat here when maybe you could scrounge something on the street.
If we didn't have the wellness services, our students, the trauma that our students have experienced would be making it impossible for them to make progress academically.
If we are not addressing the needs of students, we can't expect them to be able to come and sit and focus and learn in a class when their minds are preoccupied by what happened in their home the night before or what's going on in their relationship. If they didn't get any sleep, if they didn't get any food, if they're dealing with a medical issue, those things are real barriers to education. And if we don't have services that can address those needs for students, we're not helping them be in a position to be successful in the classroom.
I feel like the Wellness Center is kind of an escape for a lot of people, or like a place they can go to just relax, where no one's there trying to push them to do work or anything. They can just sit around, or if they need to talk to someone, there are people there.
I started relying more on them to open up and talk more about what I'm going through. And Melanie, I met last year, she's kind of like a big sister to me. I can just tell her stuff. And Alicia, I trust them very much.
We're here to help students to do well in school, but offering them support through medical and mental health issues here on campus.
We have a wellness coordinator, we have a full-time nurse, a community health outreach worker, a few case managers, and several therapists. We conduct mental health assessments, and then we decide what kind of services students need.
It's really a partnership with the teachers and with the administration.
If we're constantly interfacing with emotional or wellness issues, then we're not actually able to teach adequately.
The wellness staff is dealing with the wellness needs, and the teachers are dealing with the educational needs, and it allows everybody to do their job, and it's what allows a lot of kids to succeed in school.
Community-based organizations are a huge part of our program. It's really important for us to be able to partner with people that are in their neighborhoods and that can provide sometimes more comprehensive services than we can.
They come in and offer services and do case management, work with them here at school regarding groups, support groups, and also they work with their families in the community.
Teenagers, they have the best radar for judgmentalism. They just get it right away.
They get to experience a different level of respect in our relationships.
It's not for me to tell them what to do, but help them talk through the issues that confront them in a way that they feel empowered to make a decision that's going to help them out.
I love the staff. They've helped me so much. They're just a place to go and talk in your own way, realizing what you want and what's best for you.
We also provide wellness opportunities for staff as well. Unless they're feeling healthy and well, they can't really support our students.
That helps us build our own wellness and therefore our capacity to be able to serve students better.
November is Tobacco Awareness Month in the school district, so we had a tobacco awareness event at lunch.
Mental health, emotional health awareness event. 28 workshops in classrooms, all different topics around mental health, emotional health, stress.
The youth outreach workers are essentially the soul of the wellness program. They get to learn deeply about various health issues themselves and then share that information and that knowledge with their peers.
And they're the ones that reach out to the students and get them involved with student activities, with workshops, with presentations. Like even today, they did presentations on healthy relationships, domestic violence, and sexual harassment to freshman classes, and it was amazing to watch.
We are the students that communicate with other students about topics like mental health,
birth control, and
substance abuse,
how to be in a healthy relationship,
body image, nutrition,
how we relate to teachers and co-workers and our parents.
We're really helping people be able to learn better and have better lives in general.
We listen to teachers talk at us all day long, and so I feel like when students come into a classroom and try and engage their peers, it helps kind of get the point across.
Being a gal gives you a sense of leadership. People look up to me. They want to know when I'm presenting to their class next. I feel needed at school. I love to say, oh, I'm involved at my school.
We're not just here just to present information for them. It's also important that we're here to listen.
I think we're about creating connection.
Sometimes your job is just to connect them to things, and a lot of times people don't feel empowered or that they even have the right to ask for help or that they have the right to receive services. How I know that I'm helping students is when I can connect, when I can have them be able to express their needs to their families or the people around them, and when we can bring those services to them. It's like some students have therapists, some students are getting tutoring outside or have services in the community that they require, maybe themselves or their families. And sometimes for teenagers, it's hard to manage all those different people who are trying to help you and also be in school. So I help them manage that stuff.
We know that it's not an easy time in life. We know what they're going through. Instead of, maybe in their minds they feel that all the adults are kind of just judgmental and just there to tell us what to do. Growing up is difficult for teenagers, so having a support system like that on the school side is incredibly helpful.
All the research that's been done about teens says that it's that connection that makes all the difference.
A lot of things can be intervened upon or dealt with simply by having one adult that demonstrates that they care.
The basis of our whole program is establishing those relationships.
It helped me want to succeed, and try out something that I didn't know I had the option to before.
Last year when I wasn't really having a good attendance, Melanie would be like, oh, where are you? Like someone noticed. And that's a pretty good feeling for a student, because sometimes we just feel like, oh, we have to come to school, we have to graduate, it's a part of life. But I think wellness makes you value yourself as a student a lot more.
I think a lot of people in schools and just in general think of the day-to-day, or they think of, until you graduate from high school, or we really look at the long range and see what impacts we can have now that will kind of affect people later on down the line. And
kids come up to me and like, hey, I remember you from so-and-so, you helped me out with this. I got a family now, I'm doing good, I'm working at the men's warehouse, or I'm doing this, or I'm working for, this company. And that in itself is just, that's the best feeling that you could possibly have.
Listening to young people, really hearing what they're dealing with, is a really important part that sometimes is missing, because we can be so focused on the outcomes and what we want them to do and where we want them to go that we don't take the time to sit and really figure out what they're going through right now.
Everything we do is keeping their best interest in mind and wanting to support them and really wanting them to believe that they have what it takes to make their lives better and to be successful adults.
If you get a kid who really saw no future for themselves, really felt like a throwaway, and then starts to talk about graduation as a possibility, and then talking beyond graduation as, well, maybe I'll become whatever they tell you.
I want to go to college to provide a better future for my child, to make sure that she has things that I didn't have, and you know.
But I know that I want to teach people stuff because that's what got me to be the person that I am today, education.
I want to go to FAMU, and I want to be a chemical engineer.
I'm going to pursue a career in psychology.
I'm thinking about becoming a lawyer.
There's a hope, and I think it's that kernel of hope that really creates that relationship.
This resource has been a great support system for me, and this is my family.
This is happening every day at high schools across San Francisco, and we're working really, really hard to support the young people in your community. The social problems and issues and concerns that students are coming to us with are so intense. So I just want the community to know that we're here and we are supporting these students as much as possible, and we're having good results, and that we need them to support us.
What we see here is the outcomes of so many systems that are broken and are failing our communities and our young people. It's all of these individuals that care enough that are trying to carry this on our backs, and our students and their families, and it needs to be more than that for us to really have a chance for the type of health and well-being that I want for our students and our families and community. We can do better. Yeah.